I wasn't ready for what Mikkel told me when I had stopped the camera on the last video, and I still don't believe it. But
you gotta believe it.
But
These
you
guys
know,
don't lie.
yeah,
and you know I wouldn't lie to you about something like that.
Yeah, he wouldn't lie.
They said across the halls a little.
What they say? What? Who said that? Bitch! Oh, I'm sorry, because now y'all know, but what's going on? I'm sorry.
That caught you
Off guard. Because the way she go, baby!
She told me the other day.
Ah, that's it.
I didn't even tell you what she told me.
No, I don't want to hear it.
And I had to tell her, girl. She gonna tell me some shit.
Don't want to hear it. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I know it's 5 o'clock.
I'm stupid. No, that's stupid. I said, come in. What? She said,
no, because I got some shit to tell you about that. I got some shit to tell you about that. But we'll be outside. So, it's 5 o'clock. Do you know where your friends and children are? Welcome to the Scorpion
It's 5 o'clock. Do you know where your man is?
Well, I ain't got to worry about that.
Well, unfortunately, you don't need to know about that.
But he might be on jack or something.
She came walking up that day. And I said, well, you ain't got... She said,
shut up.
I said, honey.
Look, we're going to get into this video.
First of all, I told her, I said, first of all, I was joking with you. You didn't have to go there. She went in. She said, the way he was walking around.
Why would you tell me that? You think don't you think I get enough of that? No! I mean, I thought you were supposed to ask another question. Oh. Shut up! So, thank y'all for watching today's new video.
Because the way she acts like that's
a wild animal. A wild animal.
Like ain't nobody calling
a wild animal.
The wild. We're gonna leave it at that. We're the wild thing.
Baby!
If only y'all knew.
Baby! Okay, I'm tired of talking to cold for y'all. Because y'all probably looking like, bitch, is this video gonna start? Okay? So welcome to the Scorpion Show. If you're a first time watching, please make sure you click that subscribe button. And if you want to get a notification every time we upload a video, click that bell right beneath this video next to the subscribe button. Click the bell and the notifications will go straight to your phone. And speaking of having sex, R. Kelly's accuser, Jerhonda was on The Real yesterday morning. And let me tell you something. The Real, I gotta give it to The Real. For it to be live, I don't know if it's really live, but they did a great job. And with that interview was good. But that girl, Jerhonda Pace, she came on R. Kelly. She came on The Real. She came on R. Kelly.
Came on him too.
But she was a child. Let's not say that.
Sorry.
Let's not say that. She was a child. Okay. But baby, she went to...
Listen, he the right...
You are trying it, and I'm not doing this.
But I didn't see her before, so I don't know she's a child. But
she's an adult now.
She's an adult now, boy.
Because she talking about 7 years ago, so she about 23, 25. I don't know who fuck no, but I probably you ain't trapping me. I was trapped in the house.
Yeah, like a while
No, not for him. No. My mind is telling me no, and it's always going to say no. You know what? It's always going to say no when it comes to R. Kelly. So Jerhonda, she's on the Real, and she told her story. I'm a wild animal. She told her story, and her story was good, and I was feeling sorry for her. It was one of those cases where she meets, she's a 16-year-old girl, and she talking about she got hit up on MySpace. So you can only imagine what year that was.
Yeah.
Because MySpace died around 2008, 2009. So she said she got hit up on MySpace to go to Rob's party. And she like, who was Rob? And they were talking about R. Kelly. Mind you, she was one of the people outside the courtroom, saying, celebrating with R. Kelly when they said he was not guilty. And I guess R. Kelly remembered her. And she was like, R. Kelly made her get in a bathing suit and stuff. And he made her strip. And then he had a girl teach her how to please him. They was all having sex together and doing things together. I mean, that girl went into detail. If you missed it, I'm going to find the link because I'm sure The Real has it up. And pretty much that BuzzFeed story that came out a couple months ago. The BuzzFeed story that came out a couple months ago, that girl sat there and she told her story. And for those that's saying that she's lying about that story, she put she had a civil suit against R. Kelly, and they settled. So you know if they settling, it's some guilt somewhere. Did you see it?
No, it's not.
It should be on who's that? Who's that?
I don't know who that is.
I could do without the skin tight clothes then.
All right, come on.
Sorry, y'all. So yeah, I know we just got into it. So yeah, I feel horrible for this girl, and she says the reason why she chose to tell her story because she wants to help the many young girls out. Get out their phone. She wants to help the many girls that's out there that are feeling trapped and don't know what to do and things like that. And I'm glad that she did find her strength to escape R. Kelly because she was saying that they would physically force them to stay in the home, not allow them to leave. Like if you want to go get clothes, he would excuse me, take them to the mall to go get whatever things that they need. It was just
yeah, but how big was the gun that they had to their head?
I mean, you got big guards. You're a woman.
I'm talking about when you're at the mall. Because once I get to the mall, I'm out.
Well, yeah, you know what? A lot of people ain't thinking like you.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find the nearest security somebody and say, I don't know this guy.
Maybe they went shopping for her. I don't know.
That's what I can imagine. Only because once I get to the mall, that's a done deal. All you gotta do is get me out that car, and that's a done fucking deal. I'm gonna scream until I can't scream no fucking more.
She said they would cover their mouths, and it was just horrible. It was just a horrible situation for her and those other girls to be in. And some of these girls are still in that situation. He said he spit on them, slapped her, spanked her for not doing right, kept different cell phones. I mean,
I bet you she'll think twice before she go out there in front of somebody's courtroom again.
Oh yeah, not even that, bitch. I wouldn't be caught up by the glitz and glamours of the celebrity world after that happened to me once. But first of all, I gotta be young and dumb for that to ever happen to me, because that ain't happening to me. I'm just saying. But that's just.
Would you allow somebody to let you treat you like that?
Because I'm 32 years old now. Now, when I was 16, you could probably get away with a lot more stuff. And when I think about it, and when we were young, we did a lot of stuff, thinking that.
And when you think about it, right, 25.
Bitch, 25? Nah. 25, I knew exactly what was going on.
You knew what was going on at 16 too.
Yeah, but it's different. It's different because you think that you grown and your mind think it's at that place, but it's really not.
So you wouldn't let nobody take advantage of you like that now?
Nobody took advantage of me at 16. I'm talking about
doing. I'm talking about. I ain't saying they took advantage of you at 16. You've been taken advantage of. But I'm talking about.
Oh no, I haven't. I can tell you that now, right now.
Somebody take advantage of you like that now.
Nobody never took advantage of me. So what is there to take advantage of?
I'm saying, would you let somebody do what R. Kelly did to that girl? Would you let them do it to you now at 32?
No. That's not even a question to think about. Would you?
I mean,
no.
Depending on who it is.
No, because
you're not spitting on me.
But that girl, was not healthy at all. I mean, it's not even just because it's R. Kelly, bitch.
And we might first of all play roughhouse.
First of all, at 32, R. Kelly already don't want you because your vagina has aged.
Oh,
he wants that.
Then again,
he wants that unpackaged. He wants it wrapped up tight in a bow for him to break.
Has yours?
Well, don't you even go there with that. Put you there, R. Kelly. Stop, because I don't know who's watching.
That's true.
But and then no,
your bow has been broken.
Bitch, when the bow
across
you know what?
Across a few bows.
You want this film? Because I'm gonna show them a couple things. I'll show them a couple things. But you know, this take me back to somebody that posted something on Twitter last night, and he was just saying like how. he did a lot of dumb stuff for attention and stuff like that. That's all it's for. Like, you don't get no raise from showing your ass and your thing on the gram. All it does is just bring attention. And I'm like, you never know who's watching you and who's screen capping it and could use it as
I know what you mean.
Against you.
But you know what's so funny? Because it's just like some of these porn stars out here. Well, I wouldn't even call them stars. These guys who do porn.
Yeah.
You know, they do porn for X amount of years, and then all of a sudden they don't want to do porn no more. And then they get upset that people are still bringing it up, and it's like, well, you know, you kind of put it out there.
Yeah.
Case in point, I cannot think of.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah, that's the first thing that came to mind.
No longer does it anymore. But we get always upset on Twitter when people would mention the different scenes and say how much, you know, because they were fans.
And they went back to doing it.
And then went back to doing it, yeah. Because, I mean...
And we're not talking about Hot Rod.
No, but we're talking about somebody else. But that's because they knew that that's where the little bit of money that they were making was coming from. Because they ain't making all that money. But they probably making more money than they probably could at a regular job because they ain't got no skills. Also, that's on their back.
But that's better than saying fucking that.
Well, that's what they used to say back in the day. All you good known for is laying on your back. And when you say laying on your back, you knew you wasn't laying on those covers with the air conditioner on sleep. 9 times out of 10, there weren't no covers involved. So what damn thing did you send for in the first place?
I don't know.
What you needed was right there on that truck.
I'll tell you one thing though. I'm glad. I'm happy that Jerhonda shared her story because it will help people. And for those denying and saying it's not true, the best thing she can say, well, if it's not true, why did R. Kelly settle out of court with that? Why did he do that? Why? Because he don't want his story out there and get his name out there again. But the best reason how we knew that R. Kelly wasn't done with the young girls is when Teray interviewed him and asked him, "Are you going to stay away from teenage girls?" Or he said it in some kind of fic like that, and he was like, "How old are they?" Some shit.
Describe teenage.
Yeah, describe teenage.
Bitch. I know what you're talking about along those lines.
Yeah. R. Kelly is a sick man, and if
he makes good music.
Yeah, he makes good music. He's a genius musically.
Yeah.
He's a monster sexually. He's a nympho, a sex nympho, but only want young women who he can tell what to do. I don't know what his wife was doing.
She wasn't doing nothing.
I don't know.
Don't he got kids?
Yes. I just don't. It's all horrible.
His wife probably was in on it too.
I don't know. No. We about to go home.
Because I'm thinking about it.
No.
Okay.
You
said no. Listen. I'm
listening.
listening. You said no.
Hey, we're not. I wish y'all heard when he whispered in my ear. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then saying Michael Jackson don't make it no better.
Well, you said nothing.
Well, I'm saying, because y'all don't know what we're talking about. Well, why would you ask that?
Well, listen.
I'm going to just start putting the shit up on what you whispering in my ear.
If only there was a microphone on his shirt.
That is horrible. So look, I said
it is horrible. And it would have been if it was true.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
She knows better. Because first of all,
don't go there.
Her husband was, yeah.
I'll be leaving it alone. Leave it alone.
You know what I'm saying? Can you imagine?
No, she don't know better.
Fight over who won. I look to you. I mean, let's go. Let's go to the next. You are a mess.
I am. I'm a mess.
Kevin freaking Hart. So Kevin Hart called himself getting ahead of the gun on Saturday by releasing a video apologizing to his current wife, Anika Hart, and his 2 children, and how he got caught up and there's someone trying to extort him with a video, a sexually suggestive video of him. Just a sexually explicit video.
You see this?
Yeah, it looks like him.
It is him. What do you mean it looks like him? It is him.
Well, it looked like R. Kelly too, and they said it wasn't. The jury said it wasn't.
Oh, I saw the tape. That was R. Kelly.
No, they said
and he was talking,
but he still did not in court. So I mean, If R. Kelly could get away with it. But Kevin Hart, you know, he said that they're trying to extort him and get money out of him, and he's not going down like that. So he'd rather just put a video out there apologizing, because once that video would have hit, if he wouldn't have said nothing, it still would have been a big thing. It would have blew up because who he is, and it's a sex tape. And
well, we don't know if it's actually a sex tape or
he was
like,
secretly being recorded.
Yeah, he was just secretly and probably saying some things that he shouldn't have been saying to another woman.
Yeah, somebody, the website Famous on Twitter, they released a video, and I was irked by it because the audio background is Kevin Hart talking about his not cheating and stuff like that in his past. And I'm like, who uploads a video like this? At first I'm thinking it's them, but that's the way they got the video. And you can barely see anything, but you do see a naked man walk to the bed. But I'm just like, Kevin would have been, probably is him, but I'm like, Kevin would have been okay whether this video come out, because you don't see nothing. From what I've seen, you don't see nothing. And we all seen Kevin Hart naked in a movie before. So, I mean, it's like, okay.
There's probably some other stuff out there.
It could be, but he got the FBI's involved now.
On his behalf.
Yeah, on his behalf, because he's being extorted. Right. So they're like, bitch, oh no, we want to find,
But you know what? It's shut it down.
Yeah.
You know, man up. You apologize. And move on.
Yeah.
But shut that shit down, because all that extortion shit, that shit ain't gonna fly over here.
But you know who's stupid now? His wife. Because she did all that to Tory Hart.
Yeah, she did.
All of this, my baby fitting in all, and then look at you. You're in the same boat she was in. Now what you want to do?
And I know Tory Hart somewhere praying like, oh, bitch, I told you so. But you know, you live and you learn. You live and you fucking learn. Was that me or you? Let me show you. You live and you learn. So, you know, next time keep your mouth shut, Nico.
Yeah, it's just horrible. But you know, I'm still. Like, I'm not mad at Kevin. Like, I'm not like, oh, you cheated, oh, you a dumb. Because you know why? Because when you got all of that money, and that don't have nothing to do with you being faithful, but when you got a lot of temptation around you, it's easily to give into it. It's so easy. And with a lot of people, I know if they figure that they man was cheating, they probably rather not discuss it or even want to know. It's just something that happened. But now everybody knows because it's on tape, and it's this confirmation from everywhere. It got to hurt everybody, including the children. That's why you have to make better decisions, because the decision that you make not only affect you, it affect others, either a good way or a bad way. It's always going to affect somebody. So you have to make smart decisions and better decisions than what you did, Kevin. Now, if you didn't have children and stuff like that, it wouldn't be such a bad thing. But then you got children at school age, and you can only imagine what they're talking about. And children are grown as fuck anyway. So you... Like, it's just tough. Yeah. But he's going to be okay, and he's going to make a lot of money off of this shit, because he's going to turn all of this into a fucking another concert. Another concert. It's going to be another concert, and he's going to make a lot of money off of telling this story. So, and I'm going to probably be there to hear it. I've never seen him live, but I would love to go. And this is not the end. He won't be the first man to cheat, and he damn sure won't be the last to cheat. But Kevin, you gotta do better. And that's all. What else has been going on? What else, man? Lady Gaga has to cancel her European tour. And Lady Gaga canceled her European tour because she is suffering from a condition called fibromyalgia. And don't worry about how I was able to say that name just like that. But I mean, I see the commercials all the time. Like, you see commercials for so much on TV. But I didn't know what, I'm thinking that fibromyalgia probably has something to do with like the female organs or something like that. But no, it's when you're dealing with chronic pain, where you can feel pain from your head to your toe. You might have pain one day in your arm, and then bitch, you got pain in your shoulder, or you're suffering from migraines. It's just all kinds of things. It's kind of
like how it is for me coming here.
Well, bitch, you deal with it every day, huh? Anything for a check. But Gaga's like, working honest.
Hey, honest. It pays the fucking bill. It does. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to get what you want to get.
Oh my God. So Gaga has just been suffering through this, and she has a Netflix documentary coming out called 5'2", and this is dealing with, you know, the things that she's been going through. I haven't seen the trailer for it yet. I should have, because I'm watching this. I mean, because I'm talking about it, but I just want Lady Gaga to hang in there, and for all those who may have it, you know, hang in there. You know, it gotta be tough. It's kind of when I was also reading about it. It's kind of like lupus because it's an autoimmune disease, and you have blood cells attacking healthy parts of your body, and you know it's just a horrible thing to go through. And since we know Lady Gaga for about what she's been out like 10 years, 7 yeah, it's like she's always been dealing with something like her hip or you know this. And it's just a lot going on with her. So I just pray that she takes care of her health. And Lady Gaga goes so hard for her fans, and it's just like her body's just like her body can't take it. And I don't want that for her. She just has to take it slow. But she started out having a great year with the Super Bowl and her going on tour, and she just can't complete it. And that's just horrible to hear. But I'm happy she went on tour. This is not my favorite album, but the bitch still went on tour.
And she's still working.
Yeah, always gonna have a job.
And she's a great actor too.
Yeah, and she got The Star Is Born. I hope she's finished that. I think she probably is finished. Like, she's gonna have a good year next year, so she has to rest. Gaga, always listen to your body. And everybody, you have to listen to your body.
How often do you listen to yours?
All the time. I know when nature calls, I'm right there. I listen to my body. You listen to your body?
So deep.
Bitch, you better not go there. Ain't nothing going on. It's about time for another checkup. But other than that,
do they stick the camera up there?
No. I mean,
you just saw your face.
No. I mean, but soon we're gonna have to be taking those tests anyway.
Yeah. I
ain't ready for that now.
I mean, I don't know why. It won't be painful.
To you.
No.
Mr. Loose Booty over there.
They call you Gail King.
Why they call me that?
I don't know. Bitch,
shut the fuck up. Gail King. Everybody has something to say to Oprah at the end. Yeah. So Gaga, get well.
Don't you?
Who?
I want to go to her house.
Who? Oprah? No, bitch, I'm going to go to Gail's house.
Why?
Because Gail got real shit.
Yeah. She knows what it's at. She knows.
Yeah. So Serena Williams had her baby. The baby name is Alexis Olympian Ohanian Jr. And it's a girl. And she has her father's name. And I just want to give a shout out to Serena Williams because I forgot to give her a shout out last week. And the baby looks big to me. And the baby has her own fucking Instagram with 2 pictures, and she has way more followers than both of us combined. You know, so baby Alexis is doing great. She's doing great, and I want to give a shout out to Sloane Stephens because last week, almost 2 weeks ago, she won the U.S. Open, and I forgot to say it. So congratulations to her. So there's been a lot of unrest going on in St. Louis, Missouri right now. It's been like every night. People been fighting with the cops. The cops been throwing tear gas. People been destroying property. Like it's like we're seeing, what's that city? We're seeing stuff that happened in Charlotte. Stuff that happened in, I'm thinking of that that Missouri city where Mike Brown was killed.
I knew you think of
Flint. Is it? No, it's not Flint. That's the water crisis.
St. Louis, no.
West Florence.
Mike Brown.
It was. Florence.
I forgot where he was at. Let me Google it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, speaking of that, you know, it's just like it's a lot of West Florence,
Ferguson, Missouri.
Ferguson, Missouri. And you know, there was a court case for I can't remember the man's name. Oh, I'm so horrible. I didn't write the names down. I just wrote St. Louis. So a black man, he was being chased by the cops. after allegedly making a drug transaction. We don't see the video of the drug transaction, but we do see the video of the cops pulling around the corner after it was made, and when the victim, who was killed by the officer, got into the car and he drove off. Now, while driving away, he pushes one of the officer that killed him. His car pushes that officer to the side. They go on a high-speed chase over 85 miles per hour, and during the chase, the cop that kills him says, "I'm going to kill this motherfucker. Don't you know it?" So he gets out the car. I mean, they crashed it. They make the car crash by crashing into it, and then they get out the car. Then a couple seconds later, you hear these gunshots. No one stops to help this man. He's just in the car. You see the cop that shoots him go into his car, and he puts the gun back there, and then he's digging through stuff. When they finally pull a man's body out the car, the officer gets inside of the car. Now, I don't know what he was going inside the car for. So, during the trial, it was revealed that the gun that they claimed that the man had, he did not have a gun. Well, his DNA wasn't on the gun, but the officer's DNA is on the gun. So they're saying that he planted that gun into the car, because there's no way. Why is your DNA on the gun and this man's DNA is not? So when it came down to the judge making his ruling, he says something to the effect of, "Oh, it's unheard of an urban drug dealer not having a gun on him." And that's what really set a lot of people off. And it was going to be unrest anyway, because the day before, the mother and the ex-fiance, they was just saying, like, we need calm here in the city, blah, 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 blah. And now you have this going on. And it's like, how many times can we protest? How many times do we have to protest before cops understand that you guys are killing black people out of fear? I ain't gonna say which nephew, but he was just like, he was trying to understand. I was saying to him, you have to understand that white cop. He's like, why do they only have to say an unarmed black man or a black man? Because we are being killed at high rates when it comes to white officers. And the first excuse is, oh, I feared for my life, or I thought he had a gun. How many times do we have to hear? How many times do we have to hear that? Every time. But when you see videos of white people, they be having guns, they be having knives, they be having poles in their hand. They always find a way to kill the situation without anybody being shot and nobody dying. Most of the time. Most of the time, it always happens that way. But when it's a black person, oh, I feared for my life, I thought he had a gun. If you're going to fear for your life and the first thing you think to do is shoot, and with no gun and everything, you don't need to be an officer. You don't need to be a cop. Because there are better ways to handle it. You don't hear about black officers killing black people all the time. It's very rare that you hear that. Not unless they know for sure that that person had a gun. And I know, like, when in Philly, a lot of the times these men, they be pulling the gun out on people.
That also has a lot to do, too, with a lot of these areas, there's more white cops than there are blacks.
But you shouldn't be scared, because he's not your race.
Yeah, I agree. But
don't take the job. Yeah, don't take the job.
A lot of times, these police forces are not diversified at all.
No. It's bad. Now, I know about one of them. We got our own cop case going on here with a Black Lives Matter organization. They've been going to City Hall and stuff like that. If you are a cop, you shouldn't be shooting people in the back. Why do they have bullets in their back? And if you can't explain that, then that person don't need to be on the force. That person is being fired, but what else are you guys going to do? And I'm just glad that we don't have nobody tearing up the city. That's the one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to tear up your city or tear up somebody else's business. And we talked about that before. And I understand it's hard. It's hard, but it has to go beyond. Like, I just don't know what else to say, because we see this every year, or every couple months, something happens or a verdict comes out and we don't like it and people get upset. Just like Philando Castile was killed and he was acquitted of killing. The officer was acquitted of killing Philando Castile, Nothing happened. It's just like, oh, we go back to normal. But it's like, how many times can you keep killing our people? This man, Philando Castile, still told you he had a gun. And you ain't hear shit from the NRA. But let Hillary say, oh, we're going to take their guns away, which she never said. But everybody saying the NRA has something to say. Now, a black man is killed who legally owned a gun, and you don't hear shit from them. But he was a gun owner.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have nothing to say on the right of other gun owners who were killed for him legally having a gun, and him telling the officer he had a gun, and he still was shot and killed seconds after saying that he had a gun. I just want people to, I want you guys, if you want to protest, but don't tear your stuff up. Don't throw eggs at the mayor's house. Don't bust her windows out. Just don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do it. If you want to do something, how about you run for office? It's not hard to run for office if you want change. If you want to see the change in your community, you could be a part of that change and make your community better. But tearing your stuff up is not the way to go, but I understand the frustration. And if it happens to me or a family member, I don't know how I would react. But I still wouldn't want nobody to tear up no stuff. I don't want nobody tearing up no stuff. But it's just, it's tough. It's tough as hell. It's tough. It's tough. But y'all be strong in St. Louis. Y'all be strong. And everywhere else. I don't know what else to say.
Nothing.
Yeah. I mean, but you see how they be throwing tear gases and pushing people away, but when he had that white rally up in Charlottesville, you ain't seen none of that go on. This is the stuff we be talking about.
But this is also what happens, and people act like they don't see the difference, but it happens. So it's like, it's going to always happen. I always say, as long as the sun is going to shine, you're going to always have this type of behavior. And it just is what it is.
Yep.
So it's going to always happen.
Unfortunately. But thank y'all for watching tonight's video. We will be back later this week with another video. Thank y'all for watching.